All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to.
What's up, guys? What's up, Cody?
What's up? I'm just checking your guys' audio. Sorry. It's a force of habit with me. Hold on before you keep continuing. Your mic's not coming through. So go ahead and mute yourself in Discord and then unmute yourself on Streamlabs.
All right, there we go. That's better. All right, so I guess we'll start over. Welcome everyone to episode 5 of the NASRA 360 Weekly Podcast. We got our guest tonight, Cody Knott. Cody Knott is the vice president of NASRA. He's 29 years old, from Madera, California. He handles a lot of our broadcasting from the league. As far as graphics and designs and all that stuff. Cody really takes care of a lot of all that. That's a huge, huge job that he does. Got to give a huge shout out to Cody for that because that's a huge job. That's not an easy task to take up, and he consumes a lot of his time. He's also the team leader of Warrior Racing Esports. Uh, he's not the owner of it. He corrected me on that earlier. He is a team leader, just a NASRA. Apparently, there's like 30 dudes in Warrior Racing Esports.
Yep. Hold on, I'm frozen on my end. Just give me a second.
And I'm trying. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make it through
on my
tonight,
end,
but I'm
not
feeling
your
under
guys'
the
end,
weather.
which is weird. Okay, let's see. Okay, that should be good now. Where's Newbert?
I'm right
Don't know
here.
what happened. Okay.
I'm right here.
There we
Sorry,
go.
I was coughing my lungs out. I don't think people wanted to hear that.
Um,
All right, well, we'll jump right into it here. Uh, Topic number one, pretty much. Thursday Night Xfinity Series was that Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the 213somewhere.com 200. The stages were 25 lap first stage, 50 lap second stage, 85 lap total race. There's 5 total sets of tires with 100% fuel. I think Cody, you ran in that race, right?
it was Indianapolis. Is that what we're
Yep.
talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, I raced on it. I just showed up and raced. Up for the hell of it.
And I believe Steven ran in that race.
I did. I ran into that race for a little while.
Steven hit
And
the
I
wall.
ran into the wall.
Yeah, Steven hit the wall again.
Oh, yeah, again. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely. Well, let's see. The race pretty much started off. Ted Wade was the pole winner. He pretty much kept the lead until lap 9. And, well, it was green. The race went green until lap 9. Ted Wade was leading. Jose Medina, who's been pretty fast in the Xfinity Series. I think he's a fast driver. Hasn't been able to put the races together yet. So, hopefully, I guess I look at Medina. I believe he's racing with Ted. He's Ted Wade's teammate, so those two are working together a lot. He was really fast at Indy, but got loose on the entry to turn one. He hit the rumble strips. He come out of control at the exit of turn one. Collects carry tribute in that lap 9 crash. Steven, I'm gonna let you take over right here for a second.
No problem, man. Where are we at on this here? Stage 3. Let's see.
Well, I got it highlighted.
The carry in lap 9. Yeah, and then Hank Caston, David Duke, Kyle Hess, Kyle Thornton, Dustin Scruggs, all pit during the caution for fresh tires. This will eventually be the stage 1 winning move for Hank Caston. Hank eventually catches Ted and passes him with 4 to go and cruises to the stage win. Rhett Tucker and Adam Flieger make contact in turn 2 on lap 31 and collect David Duke. Ted Wade takes lead under green away from Hank Caston on lap 42 and cruises the stage 2 win. So where was we at on who won stage 1? Hank Caston won stage 1. Ted Wade won stage 2.
Yeah, let's go back and talk about stage 1. So
normal names up there.
When the lap 9 crash happened, Hank Caston, David Duke, Kyle Hess, Kyle Thornton, Dustin Scruggs, they all went down the pit road and got fresh tires. So that eventually, Dead Wade and all them stayed out. So that eventually let Hank Caston just drive past everybody and grab that stage 1 win. And then stage 2, come out, and Ted was able to get the lead back from Hank on lap 42, pretty much cruise to that stage win right there. And then stage 3 was mostly clean until like 13 to go. Here's another big incident Thursday night. Rhett Tucker. I don't know exactly what happened between Rhett Tucker and Steve Barnett, but I don't know. It's like they were going back and forth for a while.
Yeah, they went
And
back
then,
and forth for a whole lap there, which is pretty long at Indy, and they
yeah,
were bumping and grinding and
I
stuff.
feel like Rhett finally got tired of Steve Barnett and just pretty much gave him the bumper going into turn number 2. They
He
had some
seems like a
words after
pretty
that.
aggressive driver, from what I've seen at Indy, and obviously we all know Rhett's very aggressive. So put them
Well,
around each other, and that's going to happen.
I'll give you firsthand account of it. I was actually the car that was behind them. I don't really know what exactly happened. It kind of looked like one lap Barnett kind of bumped him, and then Rhett wasn't having it, and then they started playing literally just door slamming each other for the next 2 laps, and then all of a sudden Rhett just hits him just right in the rear, and then it just spun Barnett, and I actually barely avoided that wreck.
Yeah, from what I've seen, Barnett's one to definitely not give anything at all. I seen it that race. I ran into the same issue with him and actually got on the radio and was saying something. So like I said, we all know Rat. So you put them two together, it's going to happen. But yeah, they definitely went at it for a second. They definitely went at it over the radio. It was kind of fun to listen to because I had
Yeah.
already been mad at Steve. So
Rhett's
I was,
definitely the kind of guy that if he sees a hole, he's going to go for it.
yeah,
And he was very much showed his aggression right there with Steve Barnett. And I think Steve was kind of frustrated after the race with him a little bit.
yeah. There
But
was a lot going on after the race Thursday night, man. A lot going on, and we have a little post race fights in our discords here, and every now and again you get the little show in there. You can sit back and eat some popcorn and watch them go. Thursday night was one of them.
oh yeah, absolutely. I think like too, you know, I don't know. It was just kind of crazy Thursday night because there was so much different things going on. I think it wasn't only Steve or Rhett and Steve, but I think that the contact between Rhett Tucker and Adam Flieger kind of flew off too at the same time.
Oh
But
yeah.
So Flieger was actually it was his first time on track for us in general in the NASRA. Flieger is one of our main producers. He produces on Mondays and Fridays, and he actually used to produce the Wednesday series as well. And then he's kind of been helping here and there with announcing on Sundays. So he's pretty heavily involved in NASRA, and he kind of just showed interest in getting in there and running some laps. So that's what he did. He came in there on a Thursday and just ran some laps.
yeah, so that was good.
That's cool.
That was actually good to see him in the race. And I've never raced with him before, so that was pretty cool. That
And of course, Rhett Tucker had to ruin it for him. Man, Rhett's always in there doing something to somebody, ain't
he is. So anyway, that caution comes out. Ashley Dodson takes 2 tires onto that caution cycle of pit stops, giving him the lead. But 2 tires turned out not to work for him. It wasn't it wasn't too long after that Ted Wade was able to get around him. I followed Ted. Me and Ted pretty much raced out the last 13 laps of that race with Hunter Parsons right behind. But Ted was too quick.
he? Yeah, Ted had some speed in Indy. I know you like Indy, so he must have been flying. Race to
You
win.
passed Ashley at the end, Steve. I was with you guys. I thought it was quite fun. You told me I should have moved you guys out of the way, but
Oh yeah. I remember what you talked about. Yeah, because you were catching me, and I was on his butt, and I thought to myself, I'm not. Honestly, I was like, I'm not gonna let Cody beat me this race. I'm not. That's not gonna happen.
so
So I
honestly,
started
I just
pushing
think
it on Ashley, and you could have had us both, but you just sat back and watched us.
I think what mainly helped me catch you guys was I was more of I don't race Xfinity quite often, so I just kind of showed up and was just burning some laps. I know I could race them just because That's kind of my strong suit, is I adapt pretty well during the races as the race goes on. So I just spent a couple of the stages trying to learn what the tires would do in the Xfinity and how hard I can push it. And so the third stage just kind of saved my tires. And then when we got down to the
You
where I
was
can
able
have
to
my
run some
tires
people
last.
down.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I had some damage too. Obviously, that hurt me really bad in the straight stretches. That's why I couldn't get by him in all reality. But what position was that for? I don't even remember what I finished that night. 15, 16, 17 or something like that?
No, it was way higher up there. I think I finished like 11th or 12th, something like that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Hmm.
All right, maybe I was fighting for a top 10 right there. I didn't even think I did that that Thursday night, but that's cool.
Well, we can see the points right here.
Yeah, so let's see. Thursday night, over the top design Xfinity Series points, and Ted with 2 wins in first.
Yeah.
Hank Caston was second. Kerry Tribute, David Duke, Rhett Tucker rounds off the top 5. There's Dustin Scruggs, Hunter Parsons, Kyle Hess, Jose Medina. So like you were just saying, that I've seen him up there, but not really around the top 5. So he's obviously finishing consistent in the top 10. And Phil Pappas is going to round off the top 10. We go to 20, isn't it? Again in the Xfinity Series
No,
as well.
I'm not 100% sure if he's
It
doing
might
20.
it might just be 16. We've got the top 16 here with Eric Thornton. I'm sitting 12th. Chase Cabry 13th, but we all know he's the fastest in
And
here. I just don't
he's
think he's going to
in
matter
and
in
out in
playoffs.
terms of he's in and out in terms of
Yeah,
I don't
showing
want to
up and
say it.
stuff.
Yeah, commitment. There you go.
Thomas Caldwell, Corey Burkett, and Andrew McGonigal rounds off the playoffs. We all know Andrew's fast, so let's see. Justin just sitting 6 points out. Justin Lumpkin, Zach Talley, Keith Haney sitting 22 points out. And Michael Cunningham sitting 23. There's a few names just sitting out of the playoffs there. Yeah, that's the normal names that we thought. That's a stacked league. We always say. I know I say it every podcast, but Thursday night has got a lot of fast people in there, so those playoffs will probably fluctuate quite a bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't fall out of it.
Just kind of seems like people bounce in and out of that series. So we'll see how it shakes up and
That's
determines on who's going to commit for the rest of the season.
We know Ted's committed, so I mean we're going to have to worry about old Ted.
Seems like Nuber is instructing us to carry on with the Triple M Truck Series at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The primary sponsor was NRE Power Systems 200. The stages were 30, 60, and 140. We had 4 sets of tires with 100% fuel.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler Dittmer led most of that race. He swept both stages.
He was a favorite coming in. He won Las Vegas last season.
Yeah, I remember Brady calling him out to win that. I know Keith. I called out Keith to win that. He was really fast. What did happen to Keith? He got into a wreck late, didn't he? I'm sure we'll get into that. Third stage, I think he got into it with somebody.
It was actually the final stage. It was with like 10 laps to go.
So yeah, Tyler Dittmer won stage 1 and stage 2, and of course the winner, man, the hot hand right now is Adam. Adam, I remember following him around Friday night, and we were definitely running the same pace. And of course I had an incident, man, but he came out in stage 3 and pretty much dominated. I think
Did you hit the
Dittmer
wall?
had some.
Did you hit the wall, Stephen?
Hey, you want to go back on mute for a second? I think Dittmer actually had some connection issues, and it put him like what?
It put him like
5 seconds back. From the leader?
5 seconds back.
Yeah, so that was crazy. He actually fought his way back up to second for the race, I think.
Yeah,
second
he did.
Or third,
he ended up getting third, but he was racing
Third.
for the win, pretty much.
Yeah, so that was kind of crazy. He definitely deserved that one. But like I said, the hot hand man Adam came back and got the win. What is that? 2 on the Friday night series?
Yeah, that's 2.
Yeah, 2 on Friday night, 3 on Monday. He's like 5 wins in the last like month and a half.
4 in the last 7 races.
I would like to go find some other stats on Friday night as far as.
Let's see the points right here. We got
Is
our
this
points.
your Friday night points?
Yeah, so Stephen Light missed. I think he's missed the last couple weeks, hasn't he? Or just last week? I believe he just missed last week. Yep.
He just missed this past week. He's only missed 1.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, what his racing schedule is going to be there, but I'm not sure if he's going to be full time, or just hit and miss,
He,
every once
he's
in a while.
he's 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 scheduled as full time.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, he's scheduled as full time.
So Nathan Maurer will probably fall off of this list after this week. He will fall below the minimum amount of starts because he is just only part time.
Yeah, someone reached out to me and told me he was well, he wasn't part time, he was full time, but I guess who was it? Robbie. He said that the league that Maurer usually races on Fridays started back up. So he went ahead and rejoined that series. So I just explained to Robbie whenever he goes past his more than 2 missed race, then I'll shuffle it to where it's points and not in by wins.
Right, right. Yeah. So Robbie and Chris Cinnamon. Chris Cinnamon's up there in third with 1 win. Finished second Friday night. Chris Cinnamon and Robbie Richards are like pretty much on fire as far as consistency goes. Chris has a win, Robbie doesn't. But those guys have 3 straight top 10 or top 5 finishes. They're hot as well. They could start popping off wins at any point in time. Joey Doucette sitting there in sixth is definitely a guy that when he gets hot, he can be dangerous. We've seen him do it before. Justin Lumpkin is the same way. He can get hot at any point in time and start taking off. Jacob McClincart's your teammate, right, Cody?
No,
That
Jacob
whole
is on Dep Racing.
yeah, 5th through 10th can definitely go get them a win at any point and go ahead and lock themselves in for sure.
Yeah, Jacob is on Dep Racing with Jose Luis Rivera, Dana Shepard, and I believe that's it. I think it's just them three.
I think we need. Let's see. Where'd you leave off? Off to 11th. Chris Blanchard is 11th in points, so he's doing well with points. I know he was kind of struggling in the very beginning of the race, or very beginning of the season, but it seems like he's consistent.
Yeah, he's staying consistent. He's improving and running with that up front. He actually races for me on the Monday series underneath Warrior Racing. So,
Okay.
but he's been improving in terms of his awareness because of up front.
Dane Hagen, I think that's probably the highest I've seen him in points. I think in the 3 seasons he's been with NASRA. Am I wrong there?
Yeah, I mean, so I'll speak on behalf of Dane. So Dane, he if nobody knows, he is actually a instrument tech for the band AJR. So he spends most of the seasons whenever our seasons come in the fall. He spends most of that season on tour with them.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
he's usually gone 3 months out of the year for that whole season. So last year, especially, they did a U.S. tour. He was gone for 3 months, came back for 2 weeks, and then left another 3 months to Europe. And they did Europe, Russia, like places like that. He is finally actually able to compete in a season, and that's only due to the fact of they're not touring it now because it's the beginning of the year, and this season works out with him. He told me he's probably going to be gone towards the end of this season. So we'll see what comes about it, but he's been doing pretty well. He's been doing solid on Mondays as well. So he's just letting it flow into him in terms of it's just coming straight over to him.
Yeah,
Like
that's pretty cool.
he's
So he'll
doing
get
well.
to he'll get to finish the season out.
Yeah, hopefully. It depends on how it comes about with man, like it sometimes you have random dates that pop up, like when they do
Yeah,
like the
hold
Jingle
on a second,
Ball
Adam.
or so it just depends.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. So to top off our let's see, our 20 playoff drivers at the moment. I'm sitting 13th. Michael McKinnon's 14th. Jose Luis is sitting 15th. Jeffrey Sickles is 16th. Dana Shepard's up in 17th. Cody Knott is in the playoffs at the moment, 18th.
And I plan on
Zach
keeping that way.
Zach Hartwith is crawled up in there, and CJ Fundow. That's some big names to jump in to the top 20. It's going to be tough to stay there because I'm seeing 3 names right behind you, and Brandon Bullock, Brian Abbott, and Taylor Peacock. Taylor has gotten off to a very rough start on the
Yeah,
season, not being able to finish races, and he finished top 5 last week, or I should
yeah,
say Friday. So that's
yeah.
definitely one you're going to have to worry about crawling up in there somewhere.
Oh, so
There-
I'll say last season, Jose actually only got the playoff spot from me by 6 points. So
Last season, Jose
yeah,
did. So you
yeah,
just okay.
I just missed last season. So I definitely know I can compete with like Jose and I
Jeffrey, I'm glad
mean,
to see Jeffrey sitting up in there. He's very
yeah,
conservative and just tries to make sure he finishes the
yeah.
races.
So we're still super early on. We're on week 5. You can
Oh
see that
yeah, a
like
lot more
most
racing.
of the points are only in the hundreds. By the time we finish the season, most people will be in the 400s.
Robert,
We still got a long ways to go.
yes sir. Ron, I didn't realize Ron Hunter raced with us. Does he race every Friday nights, or was he just getting in
Yeah,
to Las Vegas?
I think he missed the first week. But that was because I don't think he knew he can race with us. But he started running with us on Fridays and consistently on Mondays. I think he's made every single race on Mondays.
I was
And I
seeing
think
his name in the 11th, but everybody that finished Las Vegas 1 through 20 is all like the guys in the playoffs. So
yeah,
it's gonna be something. Look, the top 20 is gonna look something like we got right now.
you know. So he keeps circling. So next race we're at Bristol Motor Speedway. Everyone loves Bristol, last great Coliseum. Um, Short track, I usually do well there. I think my lowest finish so far is like 6th. So hopefully I do well there.
Dude, I love Bristol. Taylor, and
I
guess who
do
else
too.
we just
Love it,
brought up? The person that
Mr. Peacock.
is so far showed to be the fastest at Bristol is Taylor. So, like I said, I mean he's going to crawl right back up in that playoffs, probably after that Bristol if everything goes well for him. And someone else that is super fast is Keith Bradley at Bristol. He's always super fast there. Him and Taylor
You
both.
know,
So.
Yeah, it's going to be
I
interesting about
remember
Keith Bradley.
two seasons ago, I think it was Taylor, Keith, and myself were the only 3 cars on the lead lap.
no, 2
So
seasons ago actually.
I was on
Uh,
the lead lap 2 seasons ago.
Maybe 2 seasons ago I passed Keith towards the end because his tires were just gone. But this was when we like completely green, no cautions at all except for stages.
yeah, I thought it was
That
something
was
like
two
that. Maybe
seasons
hopefully
ago.
somebody in chat can help me with that. I know that was
This past season,
one
it
of the
was this
Bristol
past
races. There was
season.
only like 3 or 4 trucks on the
Yeah,
lead
it was
lap.
this past season. It was
I've got
season
a
5 whenever we raced at Bristol, and there was only like 4 trucks on track.
But
I've got
yeah,
to
Bristol's going
agree
to be fun.
about Taylor Peacock. I think Taylor Peacock's going to be strong. I think Keith Bradley though. If y'all
Yeah, but we
remember
all know
last
Bristol.
season,
You know what you can get into. So
if y'all remember last season, Keith Bradley found something on those long runs. He found a different line to run.
Bristol is actually sponsored by Blanchard's Towing, so thank you, Chris Blanchard, for putting up some money for the race next week.
yeah, for sure, for sure. See, Keith said it was 3 seasons ago. Apparently, Michael McKinnon chimed in to say I sucked there. Keith Bradley, I finished second 2 seasons ago.
Okay.
So yeah, 3 seasons ago there was the 3 trucks on the lead lap, and then 2 seasons ago apparently that's what Adam was talking about when he found something. But
No, that was
Last
last season.
season,
Last season.
oh,
last
okay.
season was when Bristol was in the playoff round, and we only had like 12 guys because nobody wanted to ruin each other's playoff hopes.
Oh, that's right.
It
I
was when we
remember
had
that.
the final
I think I
6.
finished very well there because of that. There wasn't very many
Mm-hmm.
trucks, but I tell you what, I don't normally run laps in between races because I mean, I'm not. I just don't have time to. I guess I don't know. I just don't jump on. But the past 2 nights I have been driving at Bristol, so I'm tired of hitting the wall. I'm tired of finishing bad. We're gonna see what we got going on at Bristol.
Keith, did you win Bristol this past season?
Ted
It
won
says
Bristol
last
last season.
season.
Ted won Bristol. He got wrecked
Oh,
out.
Ted won it. Oh, so Keith did not find something.
I got
Says
second.
last season
I
I
got
found
second last
something.
season.
And
Okay. Well, he
he
said
got wrecked
he
by
said he
Tyler
found
Dittmer.
something last season. I'm assuming at Bristol.
It
is
was
what he was
a
mentioning.
low. It was a low line. I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil it and give away his secret.
All right, buddy. That's what I was.
He learned how to roll that low line.
I was actually
Yeah.
doing a diamond line. I was going in low, kind of arcing up, and then coming back down to get that momentum off the corner, off the banking.
It's going to be a race to tune in because, like I said, there's a lot of guys that enjoy Bristol and are fast there, and we're going to race, and there's
A
going
lot
to
of
be a
stuff
lot
that
of
can happen.
lap cars in the way, and it's going to be fun to watch. Hopefully,
Hey,
I can
Newbert, you
squeeze
want to
through
hear a
for 'em.
fun fact?
Yeah.
So this season so far, you have won $324.
Whoa.
Ooh, let's not put that
And
out there
this
too
is
much.
between Monday, Thursday, and Friday.
Somebody
Whoa.
might be trying to come, breaking in my
That's
house or
pretty
something.
cool, bro. Like you've been on a tear here in the past 3 or 4 weeks. It's been insane.
$324, my friend.
I think it's just all
Man.
about having fun. I think you get back to where you're having fun and not wrecking out every week, and then stuff changes for you. Confidence builds up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I see your next scary topic
Well,
here.
let's
That
talk about Sunday night. We don't have much information on Sunday night, but we had somebody up here say they can't wait to hear about Sunday night's race. I don't know much about it other than the fact that Bill Hill's won.
So I'll speak on it. So I'm actually the producer for Sunday nights. So we are trying to get that up and running. Right now we're running it completely free for right now, and so and I'm talking this is broadcasted, completely free for broadcasted, and this is until we can get enough guys interested to where we can start charging a buy-in and start earning you guys some money as you're racing instead of just racing for free and using your time on Sundays. So we're trying to get up there in terms of headcount for driver wise. I think in terms of a couple people that said they weren't going to make it, we should have had 18. We're trying to get over that 20 gap before we decide to start having people pay. But as of right now, it's completely free on Sundays and broadcasted until we can get more headcount in there. So
Yeah, that
hopefully
sucks we don't
this
have
helps.
numbers in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like it'd be a good time. I just think that a lot of people don't really enjoy those next gens just yet. That's what I keep
So
hearing, but
the fun thing that we're trying to do with it too is we're completely committing to following the NASCAR schedule. So that's the whole reason why we went ahead and just launched it, even without the headcount that we're seeking, because we are trying to give everyone the full experience of running alongside the actual NASCAR schedule. So it's a full 43-week season. So whenever iRacing has whatever, I think their NIS series follows NASCAR as well. So whenever iRacing has the NASCARs going where, you get to practice that whole week for the Sunday race.
yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
So
That's what I'm saying. That's what that sounds fun about it.
yeah, we're
Hopefully, we
trying to
can get
do
more
the
people to
same.
join up in there.
Yeah, we're trying to do the same exact thing we do for the other series in terms of poll awards, stage winners. So there's definitely we have some plans for money wise in terms of to get some payouts for everybody. But just so everybody's tracking on here, completely free and broadcasted until we get enough headcount.
Good deal. Good deal. So let's see. I guess he's got something else for us here, man. You got to get that nose clear. Get yourself together, boy.
This is the Monday
Uh,
series.
yeah, the Monday series. What do we got? The simracinghub.com truck series at Worldwide Technology Speedway. Alright. Darren's nailed the race name was Darren's Nail Gun Repair 150. Stages was 30, 60, and 130. And 5 total sets of tires with 100% fuel.
Yep, I believe that Darren's Nail Gun Repair is one of Justin Lumpkin's sponsors. So thank you guys for sponsoring the race.
Yep, that's
Yep,
his dad's sponsor and a huge sponsor of Sick With It Motorsports.
That's cool.
that is cool, man. A little summary of the race. Adam Newbert led most of the first 2 stages. He pretty much dominated Gateway. Monday night. He wins. Like I said, he won both stages. Sean Hamilton has some kind of issues coming off turn 4. I guess some kind of suspected girlfriend drama. Oh, that's right. I remember this little conversation we had after the race. Holy cow, that was funny. He jumped in our Discord. Was any of you guys,
Yeah,
Adam? I guess you
I
was
was
in
in
there,
there.
wasn't you?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he jumped
So
in after the race and said that he had some issues with the wifey or his
so
girlfriend
if you
during the
want me to
race.
elaborate, as I was the main victim of this entire thing. I mean, he
Oh
claimed
wow.
other people. He claimed other people, but what exactly happened was he messaged me and told me that I don't know if they're already having an argument. Sorry to put this out here, Sean. So
Hey,
she ripped his
he put it
Oculus
out there
VR.
gladly that night.
Yeah, she ripped his Oculus VR off his head and he drove straight into the wall, and he bounced right off the wall right into me. Could not avoid it. Like
Oh no,
it
he said
coming
his
at,
reaction was to turn left and nail the brakes, and what that did was literally stop and turn sideways right in the middle of the track.
Yep.
Like it was horrible.
Yep, he bounced off the wall, and I hit square in my hood,
So
his truck.
when was that? Was that stage 1?
That was right after
That was
stage
stage,
1.
yeah, that was stage
Okay,
2.
so that was starting
that was
stage 2.
lap 40
Man.
exactly.
Yeah, okay. That's crazy.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what stopped. Is that the caution that brought out the end of stage 1? Wasn't
No,
there
That was
another?
at the beginning of stage 2.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was
I
beginning of
got you.
stage 2. So that one,
gotcha.
I collected like 6 other people, and it cost most people their races. Granted, the playoff spots are really tight, but I think the ones that are like really up there is myself and a few other people.
Yeah, in stage 2, we pretty much went green flag after that, or I don't think much went down after that, did it? We went green flag
No,
with
stage 2
Adam.
went fully clean.
Yeah, with Adam pretty much leading every lap there.
No.
Stage.
The Sean Hamilton incident was in stage 2, so it
Okay,
was
yeah, but
clean
we
Yeah.
went
after
Oh
green
yeah,
that.
yeah,
flag
yeah, yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then stage 3, I actually I got out of the pit stall a little bit faster than Adam, so I started first in stage 3, and I led a few laps, but eventually Adam and Nathan was really fast stage 2 with us too. I think we all finished like right on each other's butt in stage 2, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't we all? It was pretty close for
We're in
stage 2,
stage 3
wasn't it?
now. Yeah,
I
stage
know,
2 you were behind me, but
yeah, but Nathan Maurer was racing pretty hard with us on stage 2. I know he was super fast that night. Stage 3, Adam and Nathan both passed me, and we were racing each other pretty hard there for a minute, and then another caution came out. I can't remember why or no, we ended up pitting green flag, didn't we?
yep.
And Adam messed up in the pit stall. I
Yeah.
remember you made a mistake refueling the car after you took tires, so that put you way behind, and then a caution came out, so that helped you out a bunch.
Yeah, that's the one time Robbie Richards self-spun, and I liked
Yep.
it.
Self-spun.
Oh, okay.
We
Did
got to
he?
talk
I
about
know
these Robbie
Nathan
Richards.
had.
Yeah, these Robbie Richards self-spins have been getting more and more frequent.
Ooh, man,
He
dangerous
self-spun
Robbie.
coming out of turn 2.
So apparently Nathan took 2 tires in the green flag stop and got a pretty good lead on us. He had a 3.5-second lead on me when I came out, and I know you were a second and a half behind me. So, but we were running him down. Somebody was in between me and Nathan.
Probably Ron Hunter.
Before that caution came
Because
out.
Ron Hunter
Was it
at one
Ron?
point of the race was running second.
Okay, all right, yeah, but I know we were both running him
Well, yeah,
down.
maybe
It would have
Justin
been a
White as
crazy
well.
green flag.
Justin White maybe as well.
I think that sounds more familiar. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, that caution coming out really helped Nathan and you. Be honest with you, that
My
put
race
you
was
right into
done.
the run. Yeah,
My race
that
was done
hurt you.
until that caution.
But that was a fun race Monday night. There was a lot going on. Like I said, me, you, and Nathan were really pushing each other there. And then at the end, where that caution came out, we had Ron Hunter up there, Justin White up there, all racing real hard. Nathan went 3 wide.
Yeah, Morales, Gary Tribune was up there racing.
Well, I guess that's when you doored Morales
Yeah,
on accident.
me and Morales, so we kind of, clean doors coming off turn 2. He got loose. He had to gather it back up. Lost his momentum down the back, and then by the time they get to turn 3, Nathan Maurer, he's coming back up the track to merge. Nathan goes in for 3 wide, and then it causes pretty much calamity. And then Ron
looked like
checked
net
up.
code.
Yeah, Ron checks
Well,
up, and then
maybe
Steven gets into
Morales
him.
and Nathan, yeah, but the real wreck, the caution that come out was me, man. I was so focused on what Nathan was doing in front of me there that I completely just forgot about the turn coming up and drove right through Ron Hunter and put him in the wall. So yeah, I apologize to you, Ron, but we took care of that.
I will say though.
I know it hurt him in the playoffs. He was.
Oh yeah.
I'm not racing for the playoffs, and he was. So that sucks.
So if we can, Adam, let's go ahead and cycle to the points, so we can explain how much of an impact it was. So Ron Hunter is 13 points off the bubble spot, and
yeah, and he was
I
about
think
to finish a top 5. Probably.
Yeah, if he would have had that top 5 plus his 3 stage points, I think he probably would have leapfrogged Brandon Bullock and myself.
Yep, probably so.
Or not Brandon Bullock.
How many races are left before
Broadfoot.
he can?
So this
one more. Oh,
Yeah, we have one more race. Las Vegas this coming week.
well,
I know we could cycle back to the points. So we have Las Vegas this coming week, and that's the last one. So, but this is the first week, Worldwide Technologies, week 13. This is where you get your first drop week. So we will see what that looks like after everyone
okay.
selects their drop week.
I mean, I guess technically, if this was the worst finish he had, or one of the worst, he could drop this one. It wouldn't affect him. But
He
yeah,
told
that
me his worst
sucks.
finish was a 34th.
Okay. Yeah, man, that sucks. I'm sorry I did that. Like I said, I was like, oh my gosh, what's about, what's going on here? I can't believe Nathan threw it in there like he did, and uh, and I just completely forgot about the turn coming up. So, but that
Yeah.
was a good time. Adam ended up winning that race as well. Like I said, when the caution came out in the third stage, I think you started 7th or 8th, Adam. You gained about 3
Yeah,
spots, and
I restarted
another
8th
caution
after all
came
that.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then the
another
caution
caution
come
came
out.
out. You started 4th, I think.
Yep, and then so after the incident with you and Ron Hunter and Morales and Maurer, we started 4th, and then got a great run on the outside coming through 1 and 2. Got down the back, got behind Carey Tribune. Was able to get the Carey Tribune's inside for a second and quickly got around him, and then it was just going after Morales, and that's when me and Morales, we raced for a few laps, and then I think it was 9 to go. I kind of doored him. Well, no, that was yeah. So that was back up a little bit. This was before Morales got in the before you took out Ron Hunter. So yeah, that
Yeah,
happened.
yeah,
So that spurred the whole Ron Hunter incident. Me
yeah. There
racing
was a
with Morales right
caution
there
in
for the
between.
win.
Yeah,
So when the caution come out right there, it was like 9 to go, and then we restarted with 4 to go,
I
and then
think
it
my
was just
caution just kind of gave you the restart to just go, wasn't it?
then it was just going hard on that last restart.
Yeah. So a dominant
And I tell you what,
race for
it's
you,
almost
man.
cheating. It's almost cheating when you're the leader in that situation because you control the restart and you can just fire off as quick as you can.
Yeah. Then you get to hit your line when everybody else has to go
Yeah,
double file
it's
for
almost
theirs.
cheating.
So,
Unless that guy on second just has really great reaction time. I mean,
so I know we've
there's a few
already.
guys out there that can do that. Have really just match the leader. Have good reaction time to when they fire off.
Yeah. So
So
I guess we're back to points, huh?
yeah,
Back to
let's
Yep.
points
explore
for
these
Monday
points a
night.
little.
Nathan Maurer with 3 wins.
Yes,
Huh.
3 wins.
Why does Adam Newbert say he don't have any wins on
So,
this playoff picture here?
I will talk about that. So I make the point standings for all these overlays and stuff. So Newbert has missed 3 races, so
So the wins
he
don't matter.
becomes uneligible to win an in. So he has to get in strictly on points. So he's actually Newbert on here. He's doing quite well. So because he was out of the bubble spot 2 weeks ago, and now he's sitting in 12th because he's managed to capture those wins.
And you're still missing his dropped races, which is going to be 2 of those that he missed. So that's going to
Yes.
bump him up even more. So
No, it actually. So if he missed 2 races, or he missed 3 actually, but if he missed 2 races, that's a 0-0. So he's not going to move in points at all.
oh, okay. I see. Okay. All right. Well, Nathan Maurer is currently leading the playoffs, as you can
Yeah.
see. Justin White second, Robbie Richards in third with 2, both of them with 2 wins. Brady LaBeouf has a win in fourth. Steve Barnett has a win in fifth. Sean Hamilton has a win in sixth. So we have technically 7 different winners. Is there anybody else that is not going to show that because they missed too many races?
No, Adam is the only one that's missed more than 2.
So that's a pretty good showing for Monday
Yeah.
night. 7 different winners on the season.
So there's one race left till the playoffs start. I got to throw out some playoff picks out there. I think Nathan Maurer, Justin White, Brady LaBeouf, Robbie Richards. Those guys are going to be really strong. Steve Barnett, Sean Hamilton, Gary Tribune, Jason Morales, even Kyle Hess. I think those are guys that can pop off and win in the playoffs and really advance to the next round and throw a wrench in everybody else's playoff plans. Because I'm sure some of these guys up at the top of that list, they think they got to walk away with these playoffs. So I think there's some dark horses out there for sure on Monday night. Guys that are fast and just got to put a whole race together.
Tim Heyman sitting in the top 16 there is a pretty cool. Brian Chu.
Yep.
Brian Chu is, I didn't realize he was in the points for Monday night. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, he's actually been doing pretty solid. I believe he's only missed 1 race, which was this past week.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's been doing pretty solid, consistently running up front and surviving. the best way to put it.
That's nice.
I believe he races for you guys, right?
Yep.
He's
Races for
part-time
Sam.
for sure. So, yeah.
Yeah, Brian.
Part-time
Yeah,
Fridays night
he's
either way.
only missed one race. So yeah, it was this past week that he's missed.
We got here most top fives.
Most top fives in the season.
That's what I'm saying.
Nathan
That's
Maurer,
pretty,
Justin White, they're tearing it
pretty
up up
spread
there.
out. Pretty spread out. There's 11 drivers with 3 top fives. That's pretty spread out. That's pretty nice.
Typical me, keeping it safe, running with the squirrels.
Yeah. Just watching everything happen in front of you.
Yep. They don't call me no qualified Cody for nothing.
What do we see? Are we moving on to? Looks like NASCAR talking points. I guess NASCAR is officially started. We're off with NASCAR, I guess, huh? I didn't get to watch anything Sunday about the Daytona 500, unfortunately, but
What? That's like the most important race you got to watch
I
every
know
year.
I was just between. There was NBA All Star on and a lot of stuff going on Sunday, so I didn't quite slow down in time to catch the Daytona 500.
I only paid attention because I decided to join Zach's fantasy league for NASCAR,
Yeah.
and I'm not somebody that likes to finish last. So
Now that's a weekly. That's a weekly thing, right?
yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
Is he doing a season payout thing, or is everybody just kind
I
of
think
joining
he asked.
weekly
I
and
think
getting
he
paid out
asked.
weekly, or what?
I think he asked whoever wants to buy in can. Whoever doesn't want to doesn't have to, but you won't be eligible for the pot at the end if you don't buy
Yeah,
in.
it was a $5 buy-in.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he doing anything weekly, as far as pot, or
Not sure. Not
that
sure.
wouldn't
I
be a
haven't asked
bad
him.
idea?
All I know is I got third this past week. So
Did you? That's cool.
out of
I used to
I think like
play
15 people.
fantasy NASCAR a long time ago when I was in high school. It was super fun. You still pick, I guess, 4 to 5
You pick 4 drivers, 1 garage,
each
and then
week, one
you
garage.
pick head-to-head matches. So like Kyle Busch versus Keselowski or stuff like that.
Okay,
And you pick who's
cool.
going to have the better finish.
Sounds like NASCAR. That would be fun to what is it, DraftKings, like a daily, every weekly do that on NASCAR. I've never tried that. I have to look into that. I do DraftKings with basketball a lot, but I've never tried that with NASCAR. I have to
Yeah.
look into that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's not bad.
take over on the NASCAR talking points, boys. If y'all watched, that's all.
So I basically just watched the highlights and then just kind of had the.
We'll just
what
hit
is
on
that?
it. Yeah, we'll just hit on it real quick. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. won the Daytona 500. I think 10 laps
under
to go.
caution.
Yeah, 10 to go, 9 to go. I think Brad Keselowski was out there. Kyle Busch was racing him, and
Did he climb the fence? Is that what I seen the highlight of him?
Ricky did.
Who
Yeah,
climbed?
Ricky climbed the fence.
Yeah, climbed the fence and then did some pull-ups, didn't he?
Yep. Did some pull-ups.
Yeah, that was cool. I seen that today actually.
So that whole end of that race was kind of funny to me because Kyle on the backstretch when Brad lost the lead to Kyle Busch, Brad opted to stay with his teammate Chris Buescher rather than try to block that run from Kyle Busch, which I felt like probably cost him the race at the end of the day. If he would have tried to block that run from Kyle Busch, I felt like he would have that race would have been a little bit different.
Travis Pastrana in the race. Okay, I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Travis actually, he was like going all out, man. He raced the Cup Series, he raced the Truck Series, and he also won himself a Gator over at the Volusia Speedway in a UMP dirt modified. So he was all over Florida this past week. So
anything with a motor, that guy's a beast, isn't he?
yeah. And then Austin Hill, he won the Xfinity Series. I believe it was actually under caution as well, and he had to like wait to hear if he won or not. And I think they like him, Allgaier, and I don't remember the other one, but they literally sat at the finish line, like all 3 cars just sat there until they determined who was the winner.
Wow.
So this is actually his
That's
second in a row, his second Daytona 500 in a row.
Oh, okay.
So,
cool. Is Pastrana doing some sort of is he doing full time or was that just Daytona fun for him?
I think it was just Daytona fun for him.
That's cool.
I think he spearheads the Nitro Rallycross. So he's basically I think he's like the owner of the series or whatever. But
okay.
I believe they're on their hiatus, like their off season right now. But they've gone
Hey, my name's
full.
Travis, and I want to race at Daytona 500. Come on
Yeah,
in.
they've gone full electric rally cars over at the Rallycross Nitro Circus now.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
And
Well,
then Zane Smith wins the trucks. I think that ended under rain, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, it did. It did. Friday night while we were racing, it ended in the rain.
Man,
Okay.
sounds like a lot of BS going on.
Jimmy
And
Johnson was
then
running
Wait.
top 10 most of the race. Ended up finishing 31st.
yeah, his
Right
first
on.
race back in a NASCAR since he decided to retire and head on over to Indy.
Yeah, he was doing really
Or
good.
what is
He
it,
was
the
doing
American
good in
Indy
IndyCar?
Series?
IndyCar, yep.
He was doing decent. He had a few top tens.
He did okay. He sucked over there.
He did okay. He sucked. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Felt like I just heard Adam say he was doing good, he did okay, he sucked, all within the same 30 seconds.
I think he only had like
Yeah.
one top 10 the whole time. It wasn't very many top 10s he had over
3
there.
seasons,
Well,
I
I
think
could
he's
only
been over there.
imagine the difference
2.
in that. I mean, those cars are
2 seasons.
crazy.
They're so much harder, but you have like some of the best in the world that are over there in terms of IndyCar and that Dallara, and they do a lot of oval racing, so it's pretty impressive to see. I think they go to Texas, they go to Indy, they go to Las Vegas. I think they were at Kentucky last year or something like that. But it's pretty impressive to watch those go around in an oval track.
All
That's
right, well,
pretty
let's
cool.
go ahead and hop into pretty much our main interview here with Cody. Cody, we kind of talked about you're the vice president of NASRA. When did you join NASRA?
So I joined. I think it was like maybe 7 weeks in on season 1. I was actually, believe it or not, was recruited by Brady. I was fresh on the iRacing scene. So I used to race sprint cars in real life down here at the Tulare Thunder Bowl and Visalia Plaza here in California, and oh man, I miss that connection. I've ran a couple of late models here in Madera at their short track, which is on Map TV every season. And then I ran a couple Legends, those old Legend Coops cars that you can run on iRacing. I used to run some of those for a bit when I was in high school. Um, and then I just like missed that feeling. I was thriving for that racing thing, and then I had saw during COVID like the iRacing took off, and I was like, man, this is really cool. Maybe I can get into it. And then I kind of at the moment was doing pretty well in terms of financial part, and then I just kind of slowly built my setup and reached out on Facebook looking for a league. I actually didn't know that leagues were a thing for a bit until I saw some posts on Facebook, and then I reached out, and then Brady reached out to me, and then the rest is history. I've been here since.
Nice.
I guess I didn't realize you raced sprint cars.
What
Yes,
season did you join?
I
Was it
joined halfway through season 1.
okay? All right. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's about the same time, like it's the same reason and same time I joined iRacing because of all the COVID stuff, and NASCAR
Hmm.
was doing iRacing there for a second, and I was like, man, that looks awesome. And like you said, slowly build up to be able to get a rig and actually build a car and stuff. But yeah, it's the same time I got on as well. I
Have
believe a
you
lot of
always?
people was on at that point too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people getting off. Heck, I joined iRacing December of 2020.
Okay. Yep, it's pretty cool, man. This iRacing is pretty fun for sure.
Cody, have you always been with Warrior Racing?
So I actually, so Nick kind of hates this part of his past, but he used to own a wraps company that was doing actually pretty well for a while called NSM Wraps. I think it was Need for Speed Motorsports. I think is what they were calling themselves. And I I was running my own kind of thing. My father-in-law owns a fly fishing company, and they make their own like bass bugs and bugs in general for fly fishing by hand. And uh, I didn't know you can do sponsors like your own, like you can get stuff created for you. And so when I found out that was possible, I had just like kind of reached out on the open forums on Facebook of if somebody can make me a wrap, and then Nick reached out to me, and then he made me my first wrap for everything, and then I would say season 2, I wasn't on Warrior yet, but I did establish the racing team called Pulse Poppers Racing. And at that point in time, it was me, Dane Hagen, Jesse Schrage, and Joey Doucette. Joey was on my team in season 2. He came onto our team like partway through. That was when Joey joined. And then
Yeah, we went at it whenever he was on your team, didn't we? That was
yeah,
me
yeah.
and
You
him
guys
back
weren't the
and forth.
greatest of friends. And then at the end of season 2, Nick kind of split off from NSM Raps, and he had reached out to me and was like, "Hey, man, I'm building this team called Warrior Racing, and this is my concept for it." He wanted to like establish sponsors, establish the Raps company to feed the team. Basically, he wanted to make a place where drivers can come. He wanted a dirt side, a pavement side, and a performance side, so like a road course side. And he reached out. Basically, I was one of the first ones in Warrior Racing, and reached out to me and said, "Hey, do you want to bring your team over to Warrior? I'll give every single one of them a spot here." And so that's exactly what happened. I agreed to it. The other guys were on board as well. And then it brought in like, I think within the first month of our culmination of Warrior Racing esports, I think we had like 12 sponsors, like 12 real life sponsors that were backing the team. And so at that point, we were kind of getting a lot of funds and stuff to help support our racing. And that's what also allowed me to, I think I paid for my guys' entries for like 2 seasons or something like that. I paid for Joey's, Dane's, Jesse's, as long as I could. And then kind of some of our sponsors kind of swapped, and I couldn't pay for their entries anymore because then it was coming out of my own pocket. And at that time, I was only like dating my now wife, and then I proposed to her, and it was kind of like some financial things needed to be changed in terms of set for our wedding. I now own a house, yada yada yada. So I have all kinds of financial things that I'm doing now. So I wasn't unable to keep paying for them, but they stayed on board. They still stayed on board and agreed to pay for their own. I think season 3 was me, Dane, and Jesse, and then or no, me, Dane, and Joey, and then Jesse kind of fell out with. He started going part time due to some family issues and his schedule switching at work. So at that point, that was when I reached out to Brandon Bullock, who is still on my team since season 3. Reached out to him in regards to running on my team. He was a solo driver, I think, back then, if I'm not mistaken, and he agreed to, and he's been with Warrior Racing Esports ever since. I brought on Raul last season, just after he and BP Racing for Autism split up, and he's been on my team now for 2 seasons, season 5, season 6. He's running for me on Mondays. Just this season,
a lot lately. He's been
yeah, he's been doing pretty well. He's running for me on Mondays just for this season. I think him and Jason Morales struck a deal for Mondays, and he's going to be with Highline Racing next Monday season. Completely fine with me. He's still going to be running with me on Fridays. So
Who is this?
and
Who?
then
Raul.
Raul. Wow.
yeah, and then Dane is the last original member.
What's up with that, Raul? You still watching?
He might be. He's more than welcome. I'm not somebody that's going to be like, hey, it's not like I'm not running that series, and it's not like we don't all chat. So I'm not going to be somebody that completely cuts ties with somebody because he wants to run with a different team on a different day, but he's still on my team for another day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what Taylor Peacock did to me.
Yeah. And then Dane is the last original member, still on Warrior Racing Esports. I actually just reserved Jesse Strage's number for season 2 for Monday. So he should be coming back, hopefully. And then Jose Castellanos. He ran a few races last season on Fridays underneath my banner as well. He is going to be coming back full time for next Monday season. Next time around, he's taking the 12.
Boy.
Yeah. So, but now after this next season, we're able to field a team of 5. So that's going to be the 5 drivers. Is me. Dane's going part time because he's going on tour. Like I said, and he goes on tour in the falls. It's going to be Dane part time, Brandon Bullock full time, Jose Castellanos, and Jesse Schrage and myself occupying Warrior Racing Esports for next Monday season. And then Fridays will still be me, Dane, Brandon, and Raul.
Nice.
So your dirt history on sprint cars, I guess, makes you kind of dangerous on the dirt tracks. Every time we go there, usually it's an all-star race if we go to a dirt track, but you're always pretty quick there.
So season 2 we ran Eldora. I qualified on pole. I will say, yes, Keith, if you are watching this, you weren't there. But I am generally pretty quick there. I think season 1 we ran there, but I was kind of newer to the sim racing, so I kind of just like laid back and just kind of understand the dirt side of with the trucks on iRacing. And then this past season, I think we were there for the All-Star. I don't remember where I finished. I know I believe I finished like in the top 5 if I'm not mistaken. But I did not win. And then I believe we ran one time at Bristol. I also I think it was either myself or Keith. I qualified on pole or second, and then I missed the start because my wheel turned off and I couldn't get it back on. And I ended up, I think, coming back and finishing like 11th when we raced on the Bristol dirt for the first time. And then I believe we're racing a dirt for the All-Star Series this year. Not 100% sure.
Are we? I'm gonna look into that. That sounds fun. Bristol was pretty fun on the dirt.
Yeah,
It's a
and then
fun
I think,
track to race at.
but in general, I'm pretty fairly comfortable in terms of dirt side. I ran the Chili Bowl, or not Chili Bowl. What is it?
It's not a dirt track this year for All-Star. I don't think there's a dirt track at all. We're at North Wilkesboro for the All-Star race.
Okay, it must be the All-Star race for Monday night next season.
I got you.
I ran the Power Eye Midget Eye Nationals with Keith. I think like a year ago, maybe 2 now. I ran that one. That had a lot of guys. I think it was like 64 drivers. It was like 1,000 to win. And then I ran the most. I think the last time I was in a dirt one, I ran like a Volusia Speedway event in the super late models with Warrior Racing. And then I ran the Schaefer's Spring Fling oil race. That was where was that? That was at Charlotte. And I ran that with my guys as well. I think there was like seven of us entered, including one of our drivers that did make the World of Outlaw Pro Series for super late models. And that was like a 6,000 to win. I think there was like over 120 something entries. So it was a full 2-day event, entire 2-day event.
Sounds like a good time.
And that was actually broadcasted on like a real life platform. It was on XR TV, which if anybody knows them, they do they have their own like actual racing series in real life that they broadcast. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable on the dirt side. We got some stuff in the works here at NASRA to kind of help people with that dirt side too.
We need a dirt league is what we need.
Yeah, that would be pretty fun, especially with all these same guys doing it. I would definitely join into that. I'm excited for the one we talked about last week. I think somebody brought it up. Was we're going to have a league of where we run something different every week.
Yeah, every Tuesday
so
night.
I actually came up with that concept. There was another pro series that kind of ran the same concept, and I came up with the concept and calling it Tuesday Madness. And it's kind of just like a concept right now. I'm trying to see what we can get in terms of interest. 213 is going to back it, so they fit perfectly with the Tuesday Madness series. Because if anybody knows, their logo is 3 skulls facing opposite directions of each other, and it's a perfect logo for the Tuesday Madness. So what the concept for it is I plan on every Monday rolling in like a randomizer, a random vehicle and a random track. So, but it's got to be fitting of like the series. It can't be something that's complete nonsense. Like so, running rallycross on dirt oval, that's fine. We can do that. Trophy trucks, it's fine. We can do that. Uh, Dirt legends, we can do that. Stuff like that. But going like a Indy car on dirt, we're not doing that. It's got to be
No.
practical.
Yeah, for
It's got to be something that you can actually pull off. And then we're not going to do the asphalt sprint cars. That's kind of sprint cars and asphalt. They're fun, but it's kind of silly on iRacing. Never been a big fan of the sprint cars on asphalt. But stuff like that, and then like performance cars for like super speedways or road course or like just something that actually makes sense, but it's going to be random vehicle, random track every week.
Yeah,
There's
if we
no
get something like that going with a consistent amount of people showing up each week, it'll be a really good time, man. You'll see a lot of different winners, a lot of stuff fluctuating in the points, a lot of stuff going on. That'll be fun. But the problem is getting people to show up each week when they
yeah
don't want to run a certain car.
yep.
But hopefully we can do that. That sounds like a
Yeah,
good
for
time.
sure.
So the best concept of it is there's no point system. There's no championship fun. You spend $10 and you show up and just race for money, and that's it. There's nothing that's going to
That'll be
be
another thing to keep. Be hard to keep people showing up
yeah.
each
So
week.
that's the whole point of it. The point of it is to attract a lot of people, and those that want to run whatever they find interesting. That's what
that
it's
night.
meant for. Yeah, that's what it's meant for. But for a series to pull off like this, we've got to attract at least like 100 people on a single Discord. So it keeps people's eyes interested when they see a series that they want to run. That like it's like pretty captivating. So and it's going to be completely broadcasted. I'll be the producer for that series. It's just a concept that's kind of in the works at the moment.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Hopefully we can get that going for NASRA.
I see that, Adam. I'll fix that later.
So I guess the next question really, so kind of went through all that. So you went from racing sprint cars to joining iRacing in 2020. You joined, it's halfway through season one. Now you're the vice president of NASRA. So how did that come about? How did you end up becoming vice president of NASRA?
So I served on the appeals panel for season 4, and then last season, Brady had reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to serve on the board of directors for that season, and I said, "Oh yeah, for sure." And then he had appointed me in charge of graphic design, and I ran with it because so I have a degree in web developing and design management. So I just ran with the concept, and as you guys see, all of our logos and stuff have been updated over the last season or two. So the NASRA Cup logo, the new NASRA banner, the weekly broadcast logo. I came up with the concepts of it, but
Yeah,
Nick
just
King
the
is
fact
the
that
man that makes it come to life.
just the fact that we've started our own broadcast, network now.
Yes. So, and then we kind of had this like an interest. There's no love, hate, or there's no like disrespect between the other broadcasting companies that we have used. We loved Racecraft. We loved our time there. Was getting pretty pricey to stay with Racecraft, and then we wanted to determine what we can do with our capabilities. And I always expressed my interest in producing, and I actually had tried my hand at it for a while, and then Brady was like, would it be possible that we could start our own broadcast company? And I just said, just give me whatever ID you have, and I'll make it happen. And so here we are now. We are attempting to run 4 series right now at the moment, being completely broadcasted. I think we have like 7 or 8 announcers that rotate through the booths and stuff and help us. And then we have 4 producers, myself, Tim Hammond, Adam Flieger, which is one of our main ones, and then we have Bryce Colber, who's from Ghost Racing Network. He helps out from time to time whenever we need somebody to fill in at the last minute. So we've been doing pretty solid. I think we started broadcasting our own stuff like maybe 2 months ago, and we're already almost at 200 subscribers on YouTube. And I think we're doing quite well in terms of views, especially our Friday series. We've been averaging close to 300 a race around there. So I just hope we keep it up and we keep moving. And then it just kind of threw my hat in there enough to where I was supporting Brady beyond what he actually needed. And so he just reached out and was like, "Hey, I'm making you vice president of the league. You do more than you need to, and I really appreciate it. And this is what I need, and you're going to be helping me with second in charge." And now I kind of manage the Friday and Monday Excel sheets, doing the point system for the Excel sheets. He does the actual point system on SimRacer Hub, uh, and
We're
yeah,
talking to the
we're here
actual
now.
guy that makes this league run. So every time we get on these
No,
interviews,
no.
Adam, every time we get on these interviews, Adam, and we're like, man, we want to thank the guy who makes this run. No, we need to be like, fuck Brady. It's Cody, really. Brady
No,
just
no,
makes Cody do everything.
no. To be honest, it's Brady. I have to report to Brady. Brady is the one that makes the magic happen. I just make it visually happen for
Man,
you
quit being
guys.
so fucking humble, bro.
I
Just,
think
you
I
know,
think Brady I think Brady would probably
tell
say
it how it
Cody does a
is,
lot.
man.
Yeah, I think Brady would probably say Cody's the man.
I heard he went on a 4-day binge, and you had to take care of everything, and that's the kind of stuff you do. So just go
Yeah.
ahead and tell it how it is, man. We want to hear it.
Nah,
Everybody complaining about
Bra-
wanting to see the points.
Brady's the man in charge. I just visually make it happen and hold the fort down whenever he's MIA partying at Mardi Gras.
He's already gotten to the point where he's leaving the chats and stuff, not want to talk to his guys anymore. So let Cody do everything. This is cool. I'm really getting, the more we get into this podcast, we're 5 weeks deep. I'm really starting to figure stuff out now.
So it really, I like to think of myself as the man that brought you the visuals. Just take it that way.
Yeah,
So
it's starting to get better and better for sure. I mean, I like what we got going on for sure. I do miss, like you said, I mean, I miss Racecraft. Racecraft was getting pretty good, uh, and changing some things. But like I said, you have every week it's something different, something better for the broadcast, for our podcast, all that stuff. So we're
yeah,
only
so
we're only going to get better and better as we learn more stuff.
so
Hopefully, we
if
can
you
get
guys,
somebody else to help you out since you
if you
do
get,
everything.
well, I Adam's getting there. Newbert's helping. He's learning. I'm teaching him the things that I usually do.
Even when I screwed up.
Yeah. So in general, to paint a picture for you, Steven. So I designed the podcast. I helped Steven walk through. I organized his podcast for him for a while. He's doing really good now with keeping it organized. I check in on it here and there. I designed the points overlays that you guys see every week. Adam's exploring other options with it, so he's designing his own things on the side. I created the track maps that you guys have been seeing lately on the broadcast at the very beginning. I designed the cam feature that you guys are seeing on Mondays when you see Tyler Dittmer and William. I designed that. Oh man, there's a lot to go through, but in terms of visual aspects, I try my best to provide you guys with the best looking broadcast you guys can see, regardless of me not producing and racing.
Nice, nice. Well, we appreciate it for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's I mean
For
it's a
sure.
I think there's a lot of people that don't know how much Cody does, and it's a lot. It is a lot. That's for sure.
Well, now we do. So people like Keith Bradley and the rest of you boogers that want to talk crap in the chat all the time about Cody, you need to put some respect on his name from here on out. It is said here at Adams and Stevens podcast. Respect on the name, Keith. No more shit talking.
I relish in it. Keep going, Keith. I like talking back. So
Yeah, you ain't having
he's
fun if you
Mr.
ain't talking
Plow, and
crap.
he knows he's Mr. Plow.
Yeah,
Man, he
you're not
is
having
Mr.
fun if you're not
Plow
talking
for
crap.
sure. We ain't called him Mr. Plow in a while. He's been getting plowed over himself, but he is
He
definitely
has been.
the creator
He's
of the plow.
he's
So
forever Mr. Plow for me
he
because he just straight ran me through at a race one season, and he stuck as Mr. Plow.
yeah, and he never apologized for it either, did he?
Well,
That's a no.
guys, I got to thank everybody for watching. I do apologize. I've been a little under the weather today, and it kind of hit me right before this podcast started for sure. So, do apologize that I haven't been able to talk much. Thank Stephen and Cody for really taking it over. Got to give a second to shout out our sponsors over here at NASRA. I got to thank, first of all, the NASRA 360 Racing Network, Triple M Pulling, Pulse Poppers, Hoopty's Garage, Blanchard's Towing and Recovery, Butt Kickers, Stogies, M1 Race Cars, and Warrior Wraps. Got to thank all those sponsors, at NASRA. Thank you guys for watching every single week. This podcast hopefully just keeps getting better and better for y'all. Minus my terrible, beautiful voice right now. I'm sure that's not what everyone wants to hear, but we do thank y'all
All
for
good,
watching.
man. We made it work tonight. Cody, thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot to talk about
To
next week, too.
piggyback off of you a little bit, Adam, we got a few more. Thanks to Darren's Nail Gunner Repair. Thanks to Millie's Restaurant and Catering. Thanks to Butt Kicker. As always, 6 seasons in, representing a strong Butt Kicker. And Hoopty's Garage. Thank you guys over there. If you guys are interested in sponsoring,
Over the
feel
top
free.
designs.
Reach out to myself or Brady.
Over the top designs for sure.
Yep. Can't forget John Hendricks.
Yeah, Sim Racer Hub, absolutely. So, all right,
Heck
guys.
yeah.
Well,
All right, guys. Another one in the books. We'll see you next week.
Yep, we will see everyone next week, 9 o'clock, Wednesday night.
Peace out, guys.